5 days ago, I deleted all my money in Tarkov. Since then, I farmed back to 92 mil. Now, I played every map except for Labs because Labs is way too insane for money, and Lighthouse was probably the most consistent and my favorite because the runs are just so smooth and the rubles are just insane on that map, even after that initial nerf. It makes so much money. Now, some of you either can't play Lighthouse or you just despise the map. That's fine because we're making a series showing you my favorite loot run for every map in the game except for Factory and Labs. So if you play Shoreline or Interchange, whatever you play, I'm going to have a video for you to follow. Check that out. Maybe learn a new map, whatever you want. Subscribe to see when those go live. And if you want to come by the stream, we're live every day. All this is recorded live on my stream for you to stop in whenever. Link in description. Hope to see you guys there. Enjoy the video. Lighthouse is so insane for rubles due to all the Bitcoin, ASA, VPX spawns, as well as GPU spawns throughout the map. Even after this initial nerf that I got, it still has so much money. The strategy behind my routes is to hit as many of these treasure spawns as possible, while also getting out in under 10 minutes. A lot of the loot is based off of these spawns, so being able to hit 10 or 12, reset, go again is so efficient, and you want to get out fast because this is a linear map. People spawn at the south and they move north, either towards Path to Shoreline or they move towards Northern Checkpoint. You need to keep moving and get out. The secret to this map is to keep moving forward and go fast. I almost never see players doing my rogue route because I am just that much faster than them. I SJ6 and I run everywhere, so keep that in mind when you're playing this map, is you need to be fast. You need to not dilly-dally. You need to get from your spawn to the loot and get out as fast as you can to save yourself from players and player scavs. Now, I used to hate when every single loot route I'd run would say, do this loot run, and then half the spawns would not be anywhere near where I spawned. Well, this video is not going to do that. We are going to talk about a different loot route for every single spawn on the map, every one I cover. So the ones currently highlighted right now are going to be the ones that I use the rogue route for. So if you get any one of these spawns, I'd recommend popping an SJ6 or into the rogue compound and doing my route, which will be in the section after this one. Now, moving towards the right side of the map, any one of these two spawns, when I get this, I'm going to be running towards the hotel and doing my hotel/village route. That'll be the section after the rogue route. And then the next two spawns, which are highlighted currently, are going to be the ones that go to the chalet and do my chalet route. That'll be after the hotel route. And finally, we have the southern road spawn, which is currently highlighted. When I get this one, I just extract and hope I get a better spawn next time. That's the secret to that one. If you don't want to do that, you can play that out if you want to, but I do not think it's worth it. Up to you. Hopefully this is helpful, guys. Enjoy the guide. Before we jump into any of the routes, I just want to talk about loadouts real quick because they are very important. The weapon choice being the most important. You need a gun with a multi-zoom scope to kill some of the rogues, especially if you're a bear, and having a fast muzzle velocity is extremely important because it means you don't have to zero, which is great news because bear can have it really rough if you have to zero. Now, I use the Vortex sight as well as the Voodoo sight as well as the TAC 30, which is the cheapest of the three. Now, these all go on any 30mm scope ring, which you can see I use the Night Force ones right here. And the RFB is the budget version. If you want to use it loud, you can use the Red Break, or you can also use the Gem Tech Suppressor. It's 40k. It's the cheapest one. Anyone you want to use is fine. This gun is just grip, suppressor, sight. It's really simple, super cheap. MDR, a little more expensive. I personally like it more. I would say more budget version if you want to do it. Both builds will be in my Discord if you want to copy them. And for armor, you can use any armor that you feel comfortable with. I typically go with a class 4 armor rig if I want to make the most amount of money. So a TB110 or a Strandhog or an MMAC. TB110 barter, super cheap if you do it from the shampoo and the ox bleach. You can craft your own shampoo. Strandhog also very cheap, as well as the MMAC, or you can even use the 6v3 TM, which you can buy straight up from level to Ragman. Now, I insured these and I dropped these in the ground. And for backpack, if you can only buy a tri-zip or like the egg bag, it's totally fine. Mechanism could also work. I typically go with either a blackjack or an attack 2, and attack 2 is actually big enough to loot the whole road compound. You don't need more than that, so if you want to use that, totally fine, but let's jump into the routes. Okay, now if you are bear, what you're going to be doing is starting the routes over in this construction zone over here. It starts on top of these double stacked crates right here. Now, this does work for bear. This route I put out in January still. I put it out. It's an old route. A lot of people use it. But it's pretty much like the safest way to start this if you spawn like not on the rocks. Go ahead, shoot the rogue right there, directly across. I whiffed. Boom, like that. He dies. Then once he dies, you run down. And you're going to follow this route right here. Now, don't cut corners. Follow what I do. Because if you cut corners, you will die. Once you come across here, you're going to be getting to about this rock. And you have to make sure that the second rogue at the front did not rotate to the tower where you just killed that one rogue. That's your job right now. So I look here. And I'm going to see, is the AGS being occupied right now? Which you can see clearly it is not occupied. If that's true, then I can run on the beach. You have to check that before you run across. If you do not check that, you will get gunned down by the AGS right here. You will die if you cut corners. Everyone that comes in my stream, I use my old guy, they say, I cut corners and I died. It's like, yeah. The bear route has to be done a certain way. If you are bear, you have to follow these like precautions, or else you just get smoked by the rogues. For USEC, you have a lot more leeway, I guess. Now, once you come through this cave, you are going to be jumping across this water. You should have stamina before you do it. It takes a little bit longer to get across, so get stamina, run, jump at the end, so you at least go forward a little bit. And you're going to be killing both the second gunner as well as the one on top of Warehouse 1. Kill them both from over here. So I like to get up on this rock first. There's like a little staircase and jump across to this one. I like to kill the one over here first usually. So if you look at this orange car, you look up like this and he'd be on this gun normally. Now he got off the gun because we killed the one rogue. It's a coin flip. If he's not there, he went out front or he went to the tower. We saw he was in the one tower originally, so we'll worry about him in a second. We'll go find him. And this rogue you can kill from the road. As long as you don't walk onto the road all the way, like, you're fine. You can just shoot him in the head like that. He's free. Now, you don't have to even kill this one if you don't want to. If you want to get maximum loot like the USECs do, you have to kill it. If you don't care, you could just start the route from over here and then follow the USEC route all the way through. So if you want to see that, just watch the USEC route. You would just go ahead and loot all this and kill the rest from over there. If you want to kill the one that run down, what I'd recommend doing is running around this way, get a right-hand peek on him. So you can run around this way, and you can use grenades to help find him. I would peek it this way first, so make sure he's not in my tower, which he's not. And then just see, is he out back in here? I don't see him. He's not back on the gun, so he's still out front probably. So we're going to clear around to this way, get a right-hand peek. You do not want to left peek rogues. It's very, very, very scary. I'm going to use like this gap between the fence and the thing. That he just kind of scared me, but he won't kill you. It's okay. He's going to be like somewhere out front usually. He likes to sit in front of the gun. He'll run back in later on, but I don't know, he's right there. See his gun? We're gonna right-hand peek him, okay? There he is, he's dead. Now you can go out there and loot him if you want to. And then all you have to do is you can loot this tower and do the USEC route normally. And again, if you don't want to kill that rogue, you literally can just skip him, but you cannot, if you skip him, you cannot loot this, you cannot loot that body, you cannot loot the tent, the other tent, or any of the boxes in there. So I recommend that you definitely be careful if you go to kill him. He won't get off the gun all the time though. So sometimes he'll just stay up there. It's easy. 1, 2, you kill both of them, and you can loot for free. And once you have killed the rogues, like, you can just walk in normally how we did it for the USEC as well, because they treat you the same way. Now, if these rogues are shooting at you like this, I talked about this for the USEC version, they're pretty derpy. If you want to risk it and cut corners, you definitely can. Like, you can just run around when they shoot at you. It's okay. They actually are kind of awful. You can just kind of get through all the areas without them, like, beaming you. Getting out's a little annoying sometimes, but you can just forget that they're even there sometimes. If you are afraid of that and you don't want to mess with it, that's fine. You can just leave. You can just skip it and say, I'm going to loot the rest of the stuff, reset, and try it again. They don't always spawn in the open like this. They'll be, like, far back sometimes, but they are really derpy. Like, you see, I can just, like, pretty much ignore that they exist, and they won't do anything about it. And I explain more about this in the USEC route as well, but that's pretty much it. You can literally just go, kill them right at the rid. So I can run this way. If you run between this bush and this tree, you won't get killed by the or landmine, sorry. You're chilling. And you can kill this one here and then one on the tower. Kill the one on the tower right here. Boom, and then this one might run down or he stays up. If he stays up, it's a free kill. You just kill him like that. If he runs out, he'll just run out the front right here, and you can just kill him when he's like over here. He'll just be like running in a line. He won't even shoot you until he stops. He'll like go out here, crouch, and then shoot you. Kill him behind the concrete wall though, so you can't get wall banged by that MG that you're shooting at me. Because they'll shoot through metal for some reason. Or like they'll see through metal. You lean here, use Alt D to peek that one. Shoot him in the head. Free kill. I'm looking right, seeing if I see rogues. I don't see any. I always jump here in case they're there. They won't beam me through this. You can loot this crate. There is a treasure spawn here, so it's gonna be Bitcoin and a GV coin, so close enough, you know, take that. I'm looking to see if they're there because I'm gonna greed for more loot. I like to, after that, sometimes I throw a nade this way just to see if they yell at all. He yelled, so I'm not gonna go there. But there's a box right there that you can run up there and loot. If nothing else, you can go loot that and you're chilling. If they are there, I'll either leave or I'll go this way first. Which is, I'm gonna go loot the box in this hut. If they shoot you, they're kind of a Pegas. You can, like, take the fight easy when you're in here. But, like, in the open, obviously, you're gonna get smoked. Kind of, like, not worth looting even if you do kill them. You don't want to be caught in the front for too long. Because then what happens is, like, you can get sniped from some absolute bot. They're gonna keep desyncing. I'm gonna fix my arm so I can kill them because they're gonna stay in that one spot. Because they take so damn long to deal with. So if they're like hiding like that, you can get away from them. The only one that's scary is the BP one. If he's like back there, you can kind of just avoid him. You can just run to his opening and you'll live like most of the time. I don't really ever die to those. Like even in that area, you can keep fighting them through there. They don't really beam you through it. And outside here, you can loot this box right here. And you also can loot this box here. There's same thing, Bitcoin spawns, all that stuff. On this corner building, AGS gunner, you can kill from right here if you want to. He's dead already. And then over here, you can shoot the... there's two rogues in this building. One will be around here somewhere, and then one's on the gun, which is right there. If the gun's pointing up like this, it means he's not on the gun. So, you know, we still. Bitcoin spawn on the ground over here. As well as, like, GP coins and skull rings. Spawn right there, and right there, and right there. Up on this scaffolding is industrial spawns as well as tech spawns. So this could be a GPU. This could be a GPU. Check the boxes because the boxes can also have things like blending in with them. Sometimes I miss like there's scissors here sometimes or pliers. You can get free loot. So make sure you're looking for that. In this office you can get Aces, Tetrises, all that stuff. It can be glitched in the ground like this. That can be like LCD or even a Tetris can do that. And then you can loot this spool. Industrial spawns, toolbox. All that good stuff. Over here, tank battery spawn, as well as, like, pox room. And then down here, GPU spawn. I've gotten, like, 10 here in the last week. So, I always check it. It's like RNG. You know, you get a lot or you get a little sometimes. Depends. It's, like, fairly common, though. I wouldn't say I get it a lot, but, like, when I do get it, feels good. Short circuing. Med tools there, med spawn there, and med spawn there. No, you can slow them when they aggro. It's okay. It's just you gotta be careful because, like, versus regular AI or versus hardcover, they're really easy to slow lean through. But the problem with rogues is, okay, when this one aggroes, you can run back here and you can't see through this window. If he peeks there, you can't see through this. It's on the gun now, but you can just peek him from back here, and he's pretty free kill. Rogues can see through like a lot of the metal in this game, for some reason. So what happens is if you are peeking them through like a metal wall and slow leaning, they're actually seeing you before you're even peeking. Which is why, like, it's annoying to slow peek them. Just preference, I don't like it. I feel like that's fine, I just don't. Bitcoin spawn there. Loot this bad boy right here. M-lock grip. And you can come loot this box here. I've seen a pro kill here one time. That's the only thing I've ever seen here. It was one time. I wouldn't check it if you don't have the time. When you round that corner, make sure that you get behind this wall really fast because sometimes the rogues in the roof will rotate around and they'll like try to beat you through the metal like we were just talking about. They can see you through this metal corner. So if you want to be safe, you can like rotate around to the front of the building after you kill the one rogue and come this way. I used to do that. It was in my old guide. Up to you. This just kind of cuts corners. If you are a bear, you can do it as well. They're a little more aggressive, I feel like, when you're a bear and you do that, but it's your call. I don't know, whatever you're feeling. If you want to save time, I do that. I do lose arms and legs sometimes doing that, but I don't really ever die. If you want to be safe and not get shot at all, you can just take the long way around. Once you get here, you can just kind of book it from here to that gate. Pretty free. Now, if I have northern, I just try and loot this warehouse and leave. A lot of people loot warehouse too, and I don't like doing it. You make more money per hour if you don't loot it, actually, because if you saw earlier, I showed you like 12 different Bitcoin spawns. The secret of this money route is that you're cycling 12 Bitcoin spawns, even one more right here. So you're getting VPXs, radios, mill cables, iridiums, all these things, 12 different chances per raid. So all you want to do is cycle those spawns. Like mill tubes, they're only 100k a piece right now. Like, you don't care if you get them. It's whatever, man. It's pretty much a mill cable anyway. So what I'm looking to do is cycle these spawns and get out. Another thing too is if you want BP ammo, killing those is totally fine. Totally fine, and I have talked about that in my other guide as well. But I don't kill them unless I only have car extract, because what happens is they're not hard to kill, but the people you have to deal with afterwards will kill you, and you kind of get more efficiency out of just playing 10-minute raids and leaving. Lighthouse is a linear map, so the more that you go ahead and stay in one spot, the more likely you're to die, because I always get asked, how don't you get players when you do this? And the answer is, I'm just fast. You have to keep moving forward. If you take too long in one spot, you will die, because people like to loot the chalet and the village and then come here. You got to come here with the intent of clearing the camp and leaving, or else you will die. Because people here shooting at the warehouse and they run there. Players, scavs, players. I'm out before they can even be a problem to me. Once I pretty much kill those first 3 rogues and get in the compound, I should never die to a player. Literally never. Unless I have to go through car extract. And then usually leave the northern. There are tons of spawns on these back platforms. There's even like 2 Bitcoin spawns back in the boxes of the tanker. If you're going to loot those, you have to kill the rogue in the back over there, which you can do from inside of a train station if you want to. You can kill him from the doorway. You can shoot at him. Your call. I just leave. Go again. I got a full backpack already. We've been in raid for a little bit over 10 minutes. A little slower because we're explaining stuff, but 10-minute raid is what I shoot for. And then if you're bear, it's the same exact route, just 3 kills are different the first 3. I actually run on the road, which is kind of weird. What happens is there's 4 spawns on the beach to my left. There's 2 on my right. What happens is if one of the spawns on the beach waits for me, I just die. So I don't do that. The only real threat to me is one guy on my right at the tunnel that could, like, snipe me on the rocks. But usually anyone that spawns on my right is looking to go to the chalet instantly. From this, I farm village. So I cross the road right before I get to those boxes. There's loot there, but I don't want to get caught by someone, like, crossing over up on that dead mountain over there. So once I'm here, I'm pretty much safe. Like, that mountain's not going to see me. People are at Chalet. I skipped that because there's a spawn at Chalet. There's a spawn at the tunnel, and I have to deal with 3 people to... Or technically, up to 3 teams to fight that, because there's a spawn between the hotel and the Chalet. So I ignore that. I go straight to the hotel. Lighthouse is a linear map. So what that means is everyone moves from southern road to northern road. So I don't want to be anywhere near the south. I want to constantly be moving forward and not backtrack. That's how you die. If you walk into the, like, southern direction, you'll probably die. Because people are going to be, like, walking into you. So I come this way, make sure that I don't hear anyone in the wood. Don't hear anyone, I'm going to loot this box down here. If you loot the garage, you can. There's spawns in there, but I don't personally, because it's the same reason I want to walk south. I want to get as far north as possible. So I want to constantly be moving ahead of the pack that can be at Chalet. Loot this box if you want to. It's you. I'm going to be heading upstairs in a second here, but I want to stay on the first floor for a minute, because the way audio works in this game is someone probably doesn't hear me walking in because I'm below them. So I want to see if I hear anyone run upstairs before I actually run up there, because I'll get audio cues in them. They won't know that I'm here. They'll hear glass, that's about it, so if I don't hear anyone, then I go up. I'm going to loot the southernmost one first, and then the northern one. The same reason we just talked about. Clear this way, clear that way. Safe stair. Check here if you want. People can actually snipe, like, from this tree and kill you when you're keying it. I don't really check it often, but, like, you can if you want to. Intel spawns, Bitcoin spawns in this safe. These are the USEC safe keys. It's USEC safe 1, USEC safe 2. They look like this. Second safe, and the first safe. Just type in USEC and they'll come up. 100 use keys, like 100k. Super cheap, really good. I think you should just buy them to fill it out even a little bit, because it's just free money. It is just free money, friend. Nothing there. They get intel sometimes. They got nerfed a bit, but they're still worth buying. They'll pay themselves back, like, when you get 2 items, it pays itself back. We duffel bag and we go back down. Again, be careful if you come down here, because like we said, if someone's below us, we would not hear them. Now once I loot this way, I end up rotating towards the village. There's a box here I can check, actually. I believe it's in this room. Or, I'm crazy, sorry. There's a rare spawn on the bar back here. I don't always, like, check this, but if you want to walk this way, you can go in this kitchen, and in the back room, I've gotten mule stims before, so I'm assuming bitcoins can also spawn there. I don't check this normally, but if you want to, more than welcome to. Somewhere over here, it's like, yeah, it'd be like somewhere in that like tar pizza, and there's like food spawns on the floor on here, I think. Other than that, there's a dead scav over here, and I loot dead scav, and then I head towards village. Now, you always have path to shoreline extract, so I always take that to get out of here. This is my preferred way of doing it. You can go road compound if you want to, but I think when you get a spawn like this, it's better just a quick reset, like quick loot, grab what you can, and then reset, come back. Pretty much every single spawn on Lighthouse, I have a set path that I go from to loot or kill things. And that spawn, I found a lot of problems with going to the road compound, because usually you'll be people like sniping the main bridge already by the time you get to the main bridge, or they'll be already like sniping the construction area, or they'll be sniping like in the rocks left or right, so you're pretty much just like boned if you go there. You can loot this house if you want to. I don't like to loot it too much because players scavs like to sit in here. I don't know, I just have bad luck with this house. Top floors are most of the loot is. So over here you can get food spawns like sugar. There's sugar there. You can also get Aces spawns or like Bitcoin there. Duffel bag if you want to. Duffel bag here. It's kind of subpar what's run so far, but we'll try and fill up. Jacket spawn. You can also get toolbox in here as well as med bag. The industrial spawns of this map are actually like really good, so worth checking these out. You get food spawns on the table, could be sugar, and this could be gold chain or Bitcoin on this chair. Down on this floor, you can get GPU in this box right here. I got a white dot somewhere. Oh, it's the box of ammo. And then you also can get... I checked this as well. I don't know if I've seen anything in there. I don't remember. I just check it because why not? Spawns in here a little wonky. I've seen, I want to say moonshine spawn, like right in front of the duffel, like right there somewhere. It was like on this floor. I just forget where. I've seen it one time. I've also seen industrial stuff spawn there. With this bad boy. Nothing there. And then there's a jacket in here you can loot. An industrial spawn in the back left, which is over that way. Toolbox here. See him, pick him up. That's good money. In here, same thing. Mill tube, mill tube, mill tube. Ground. Check all those. Free loot there. Same thing here. Mill spawn tubes, or mill tube spawns right there. And nothing else really. This key is the Hillside house key. It was really broken when it first came out. It's kind of got nerfed quite a bit. I don't make too much out of it anymore, but if I'm here, I'll key it. If not, then I won't. I don't come on my way for it. It's like a subpar key. Vertex spawn there. There is also a spawn there. Duffel bag here. Get these. In here, there are some food spawns, so you can get like sugar, this condensed milk. Sugar can be up here, and then in the sink, there's also like Bitcoin spawn. Other than that, there's a moonshine spawn as well, right when you walk in. Spawns right there. You get a tech crate right here, which usually has some big money in it. It only has one fuel com, but it's still pretty good. Industrial spawns here. Inside, you can get Intel ASA spawn, like right over here. It's also a tech spawn there, so I guess like a GPU technically. Up here, duffel bag, just free money like that. And then in the kitchen on the first floor, you also can get sugars. They can spawn like on the floor over here, on the table. On the table, I've seen stuff on the floor, just like food was. There's also a toolbox back out here if you need money still. There's like, you need to fill up, you can grab this. That's pretty free. And then in this place, there's no like containers, but there are loose industrial spawns. So you get propane tank there. And you also have sometimes spawns down here. And I've seen some on the bench as well. I've seen like mill tubes, or you can also get like, I don't even know, I guess fuel cons. Anything industrial. When you first walk in, these boxes can have GPU. I've seen Vertex in there as well. You also can check this. I believe this is an intel spawn. I've never seen it, but I know everyone checks it, and I've seen it on a loot guide before. I forget if it was an intel or something, but I know it's like a rare spawn. I just never seen it myself, so I check it, but not too lucky with it. Over here, there is a vertex spawn there, a GPU, and same thing with, I believe it's the floor here, or I always look at this chair. I've never seen anything there, but like there's two spawns. I think it's there and there, or it's there and there. Just look around the table. If you know more spawns and you find more, like, feel free to use them, but that's like the majority of ones that I check. I'm not like here to be in raid forever and hit every single spawn. I'm already 9 minutes, like I said earlier. 10-minute raids is what we're looking for, in and out, to keep resetting the loot spawns. Like, I want to be in the rogue compound. That's where I prefer to be. If you like loot in the village and you want to play for those more, you're more than welcome to. You don't have to copy my routes exactly, nor do you have to do them off every spawn like I do. But it's more so you have the option to do that. In here, you get intel spawn right there. Gold spawn on the pillar right there. And then in the sink, also gold spawn. Get that right there. What is it? Industrial spawn there. And I've seen stuff, I believe, on this table as well. And then if you hop this over here, you got a toolbox right here. Industrial spawn on the table. And then one more toolbox right before we leave. The extract right there, and if you don't have enough strength to do this, you can just walk through the bush area instead. Go this way. And then once you're here, there's one more box. I've never seen anything spawn in here. I don't know if there's a rare spawn, but I check it. I don't see much, so I kind of skipped it. That is pretty much the route. Then you just walk out, reset, and you go again. If you get a rogue spawn, do rogues. If you get a village spawn, do village. Alright, and this is Fricky spawn by the Chalet. It's pretty much just the exact same thing as the route we ran hotel to village, but all you do is you loot Chalet and then you go hotel and then village. This is a little more contested though, so people like run a Chalet a lot, so. I don't hear anyone. I think we're chilling so far. I heard anything. I like to look at the stairs and look at that. Alright, anyone here? I think we're chilling. Okay, in the garage, there are quite a few spawns. So there's a Bitcoin spawn right there. There is military radio spawn there. English treasure spawns could be there. Got industrial loot over here in the barrel as well. Nothing there. Car battery. You can get weapon mods right there. Industrial stuff here. And that's pretty much this area. There is GP coin spawn there, as well as Bitcoin can spawn on the table, on the chairs, and also this chair as well. Food there. Upstairs you can get like VPX, GP coins, all that good stuff. So you got money there. You can get it on these shelves, that shelf, this shelf. You can get sugar, alien on the table, and then this box is the main spawn. There can be GP coins actually glitch into the tile, so make sure you look all the way in there. On top of that, you can go down to the next level, and down here you have intel spawns. So in the cedar, intel and moonshine can both spawn in here. So in the cup holders, moonshine, and on the seats you can get intels. And there's industrial spawn right there, and right here as well. Those real quick. Just make sure you check all the seats. Intel can just be. I've seen it on the second and first row. I've not seen the third row, but I'm sure it can spawn there as well. Down here, that body of Chalet. Right in this pool, you can go ahead and loot this guy. There's 3 different spawns here. Make sure that you look around for the white dot like this. And then once you do that, you can come with it out here. Broken box right here with spawns. Bitcoins as well. There's a spawn down at the tents. I don't ever loot that. I feel like it's kind of scary to go there with the sniper hill there. So I'm not even going to mention that, but there is one down there. As well as gold spawn right here. See Bitcoin? There it is. And then industrial spawn right down there. And then once you come up here, all industrial spawns here. It could be mill tubes or tool sets or anything that you might want to pick up. Got wires there. All on the table and as well as along the pathway. That is the Chalet. And then once you loot this, you can come across to the safe if you want to loot this as well. I don't really loot this, but it is here if you want to loot it. Free lion, that's pretty good. And then once you finish looting this, you just head from here towards the village, or towards the hotel, loot hotel, and then loot the village, and that's pretty much it. I will show this though. I like to run through this way and loot the garage as well. I didn't loot it in the first route that we did because I didn't want to backtrack, but now we're not backtracking. Now we're actually going like just forward the whole time. So when you come down this way, there are a couple of mill tube spawns in the garage. I've seen a tank battery in here. I'm pretty sure I've seen one. I want to say there was a tank battery in this part of the garage. I could be crazy, but I swear it was like on the ground, just right here. I might be crazy, but I think I saw one early in the wipe. I don't check this too often. I check that garage. I check mostly this spot right here, as well as up here and up here for industrial loot, as well as toolbox there. Check those, and then I'm going to be heading up here. There is gold chain spawn in this room on the chair right there, and then there is a gold spawn and an intel spawn in this room. So you got intel spawn, I believe it's right there, and the gold spawn's right here, I believe. Then duffel bag, and that's pretty much it. Then you're just gonna do the route regularly. Then you're gonna go from here, and you're gonna loot this crate right over here, and then loot the safes, and then follow down to path the shoreline and leave. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful. If you enjoyed, again, hit that sub button. We have future guides for other maps coming in the future. Please feel free to comment down below if you have any questions. Come by the stream. We're live every day. And until next time, guys, I'll see you around. Peace out.